All right, everybody, those of you just joining us, we're here in Scottsdale at Honor Health Shea Medical Center, where up till about 5 minutes or so ago, they did have an active shooter. Understanding from our sources that the man was having hallucinations. A security guard attempted to break down the door where he was barricaded in a restroom, and that's when he shot outside of the door, shot in from where he was inside. Shots were fired. Heavy police presence right now, and as of about 5 minutes ago, they did walk him out into the police car that you're seeing right in front of you. So once again, we are here in Scottsdale, active police situation. We had, as of up to 5 minutes ago, there was an active shooter. This man was apparently suffering from hallucinations and opened fire on a security guard. We don't think that he was hit, but we can tell you there's a large police presence, and just a few moments ago you can see him pulling away in this vehicle. I believe it's that vehicle right there. So once again, police taking the suspect in a vehicle right now. That's the vehicle you're looking at. He was arrested. And again, up till about 5 minutes ago, it was considered an active shooter situation where he was barricaded in a restroom and did fire on a security guard who was on the outside of that restroom trying to get him out. I just spoke with one of the representatives from Honor Health, who said that police will be giving a briefing shortly once they finish their debriefing. So again, quite a bit of police activity here right now. Again, the suspect has been arrested, and he was just taken away in a police vehicle just moments ago. Thank you. So once again, just to bring everybody up to speed, we're here in Scottsdale at Honor Health's Shea Medical Center, where about 30 minutes ago had an active shooter who then barricaded himself in a restroom. When a security guard attempted to break that door down or get inside, shots were fired, as we understand it. We're going to get a PIO update with exact details, but this is what we know so far. We also understand we have sources that were on the inside saying that this gentleman was suffering from hallucinations, and so unfortunately as well had a weapon, and shots were fired. As about 7 or 8 minutes ago, as soon as we arrived here on scene, we can see the suspect being escorted to the police vehicle, where he was then transported to jail. So the good news is the suspect is in custody. We'll obviously find out from the public information officer of Scottsdale PD when we join their live press briefing shortly to see if anybody was hurt, hit, or otherwise. Once again, if you know anybody in this area, thankfully the scene is kind of calmed down and the investigation now begins. And so, once again, here we are. If you know anybody in this area, do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe. This is Valleywide News, breaking news and events. We're live on Citizen, Facebook, YouTube, and X. All right, everybody, and so we're zooming in right now on that Chevy Tahoe vehicle, which we can only assume is the suspect's vehicle. Obviously, he drove himself here to the hospital for whatever reason, was having, as from some of our inside sources, some type of hallucinations, walked in to the emergency room area, apparently with a gun, obviously in paranoia, and as we understand it from some of our sources, locked himself into a bathroom. A security guard attempted to get in there to get him out, and that's when shots were fired from inside. Obviously, then the hospital goes into a full lockdown. People are evacuated, and obviously now a large police presence. Thankfully, the good news is we can report so far that the suspect was finally came out and has been arrested. As when we first arrived here, he was being put into a police vehicle. So that part is good. Hopefully nobody was hurt in this incident, including the security guard or anybody else in the area when the shots were fired. Thankfully, the hospital, again, is at this point safe. Everybody is safe here. I mean, obviously, a very heavy police presence, especially at a hospital like this when shots are fired. So, as you can see right now, we're zoomed in on that newer model Chevy Tahoe. It looks like a Tahoe or Suburban. And they have put police tape around the entire vehicle. Obviously, this is the suspect's vehicle, and it is being closed off for evidence at this time. Again, hopefully we'll hear from the public information officer who will meet us at the Chase Bank across the street once everything is debriefed and all things are discussed amongst the police officers. Again, you're looking at a Chevy vehicle, a Suburban, that has been blocked off by police tape. Presumably the suspect's vehicle, which will be looked over for any kind of evidence and so on. So it's currently locked down. Again, this is Valleywide News, live here on Breaking News at in Scottsdale at the Honor Health Shea Medical Center, where shots were fired. Suspect suffering from hallucinations, barricaded himself for a short time inside of a bathroom, and fired shots towards a security guard. Again, we're not sure if anybody was hit or hurt at this time, but we can say that the threat inside the hospital, at least, is over at this time, as the suspect was arrested. And as soon as we pulled up here, we were about 30 minutes out. So once we got here, we walked up and we can see the suspect being led away in handcuffs and put in a police vehicle, taken to jail at this time. So good news is the suspect is as well has been apprehended. We appreciate you joining us on Citizen, Facebook, YouTube, and X. We are Valleywide News on some breaking news here in Scottsdale. We can tell you the heavy amount of police still here. We have a Scottsdale Police Command Unit, as well as Scottsdale Fire, still on the scene, and crime scene investigation vehicle just pulled up. Those of you joining us on Citizen, we'd appreciate you going over to our YouTube channel, Valleywide News, and subscribing. Helps support our independent media. Good, how you doing, man?
Yeah, what I miss?
I missed it too. All right, everybody. So once again, we appreciate you joining us. Valleywide News, breaking news and events here and across the valley. Today we're in right at this moment in Scottsdale at Honor Health Shea Medical Center. At about 1:58, police received a call of shots fired, an active shooter at Honor Health. Apparently, this gentleman suffering from hallucinations, this coming from our sources, some type of hallucinations, drove here in an SUV that they have blocked off, a Chevy SUV, went into the emergency room, was obviously in some type of paranoia and hallucinations going on. We're not sure from what, whether that's drugs or whatever. Again, we'll find that all out hopefully once the debriefing happens and the PIO gives us more information. However, again, he barricaded himself in a bathroom when a security guard attempted to open that door or break it down to get that person out. That is when shots were fired, as we understand it. Again, it was an active shooter at the time, and that's what it came out as at 1:58 p.m. When we arrived here about 15 minutes ago, we were able to see, and unfortunately we missed it, the suspect going into the police car and obviously apprehended in handcuffs. We can show you over here, police have put police tape around this SUV, which presumably, again, is the suspect's vehicle, obviously being locked off for evidence purposes, and will be processed by the crime investigation unit that just arrived about 10 minutes ago. So again, the coast is clear, thankfully. We're not sure if anybody was hit, including the security guard, but shots were fired from inside the bathroom where this suspect was. Again, he is in custody, which is good news, and we will find out hopefully soon if anybody was injured in this situation. Again, obviously, it's still an active police situation. A number of police, unmarked and marked, on the scene here in Scottsdale, and hopefully we'll be hearing from the public information officer as to exactly what led up to this. So again, we appreciate you joining us. Valley-wide news, breaking news and events here and across the valley at Honor Health Shea Medical Center here in Scottsdale. Once again, we appreciate everybody joining us. We're live on Citizen, Facebook, YouTube, and X. Obviously, an extremely tense situation at around 1:58 this afternoon. A man suffering from hallucinations, as we understand it from our sources, pulled up here in that black SUV, walked into the emergency room, obviously causing some kind of commotion to have the security guard engage this person and now suspect. He locked himself in a bathroom, as we understand it, and the security guard then attempted to break the door down, where he in turn shot his weapon from inside the bathroom. Again, we're not sure if anybody was hurt, including the security guard. We're going to work to find that out for everyone. Please share this out. Valley-wide news on breaking news here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Once again, everybody, a very tense situation erupting here at around 1:58 this afternoon. Thankfully, the suspect is in custody and hopefully obviously going to be processed and jailed, but hopefully also getting the help that he needs. As we understand, there was some type of hallucinations that he was suffering from. Not sure if that was drug related or what. But again, you're looking right now at an SUV, presumably the suspect's vehicle, surrounded by police tape, that will eventually be processed for evidence and gone over. Again, we're told by Bill, and I forgot his last name, one of the main people here at Honor Health in Shea Medical Center, that said that at some point the public information officer will give us a briefing, hopefully within the hour here, but again over at the Chase Bank across the street, once everything is processed and debriefings happen within the police officers. Once again, we appreciate everybody joining us. Please share this out. We're on Facebook, YouTube, X, as well as Citizen. Those of you on Citizen, we'd love for you to go over to our YouTube channel, search Valleywide News, or click the safety creator link in Citizen, and it'll bring you directly to our YouTube channel. If you could subscribe and ring that notification bell anytime we go live, we truly appreciate it. We are independent media, and that type of support is the best. Once again, obviously, I could see a young lady in tears over there. Presumably, it looks like she's in scrub and works here at the hospital. Obviously, a terrifying time when somebody opened fire in a restroom here in the emergency room. Obviously, a crowded area as well. So, again, we're just hoping and praying that everybody is safe and nobody was hit or hurt when the suspect did shoot inside that restroom outward. Again, the good news is the suspect is in custody and has been taken to the jail at this time. When we were arriving, they were putting him in the SUV and being hauled off to jail. All right, everybody. So as of right now, we are going to end the stream on all our social media channels, including Citizen. We're going to stick around for a little bit. Sometimes these public information officers, it could take at least 2 hours or more. So we are going to end our stream. And to wrap things up here, just again, to let everybody know, and I know I've repeated a few times, those of you just joining us, we're here in Scottsdale at what was at around 1:58, call out as an active shooter. Again, it was a gentleman who apparently was suffering from some type of hallucinations and went into the emergency room and barricaded himself in a bathroom at some point, at which time a security guard attempted to get into that restroom to get that suspect out, and that is when the suspect shots were fired from the suspect at that time outward of the bathroom. We're not sure if the security guard was hit or hurt. We hope not. And again, we're going to do our best to stick around for the public information officer. If not, and we don't get to stick around long enough for that, because those sometimes could take hour to 2 hours or more, we will get a statement from the public information officer and post it in text form on all our social media. So again, thankfully the scene is safe, suspect is in custody, and what was an active shooter call out obviously prompted a huge police presence, and the scene is secure now, suspect taken off to jail, and at this time the scene is pretty clear. Police still obviously on scene, processing everything and having a debriefing of their own. We appreciate everybody joining us. Valleywide news, breaking news, and events here in Arizona.